Hi everyone, myself Shiv. I am pursuing BTech from Rajki Engineering College, Sonibhadra. My branch is Computer Science and Engineering. Today I got a topic on why sky turn red during sunrise and sunset. If you talk about the topic, you clearly see the image. This is the image of a sunrise and this is the image of the sunset. You can see here that at the time of sunrise and sunset, our sky turns red or orangish color. So what is the reason behind this? So, so in the next slide, we clearly know what is the reason of behind this. So initially, first we have to know about what is the meaning of sunrise and the sunset. If you talk about the sunrise, basically is the moment when the upper rim of the sun appear on the horizon. And if you talk about the sunset, then it is the disappearance of the sun at the end of the sun path and below the horizon of the earth. If you move to the next page, then here we can see that first, if you see that this is the sun actual position and this is the sun apparent position. And if you talk about the region, and this is the due to atmospheric refraction, not only the atmospheric refraction, the reason behind this is also a scattering of the light. You will see in the next page. First, we talk about the atmospheric refraction. So, variation in atmospheric refraction can alter the time of sunrise by changing its apparent position. As we know, the white light consists of the many wavelength of the light. Some have a small wavelength, some have a large wavelength. So, as a ray of light travel through the atmosphere to an observer, in some of the color is scattered more. The color which have a short wavelength is scattered more. So, uh, this is the reason for this is the reason atmospheric refraction. That means when at the time of a sunset and a sunrise, the distance covered by the ray at the time of sunset and sunrise is very large distance at the in comparison to the midday. So because of this, at the time of sunrise and sunset, our sky turn reddish or orange. And the one main thing reason is when a ray passes through the atmosphere, then scattered out the beam by air molecules or airborne particles, or we can say that cloud particles, then changing the color of the beam of the viewer because the shorter wavelength components, just like blue and green color, scattered more strongly other than the red and orange color. So these color is blue and green color are permanently disappeared. So at the time of sunrise and sunset, when the path through the atmosphere is so large, then the blue and green color are completely disappear and only remaining color red and orange only remain, and they have a larger wavelength. So these color only red and can be scattered by the cloud particle, and hence sun appear red during and sunset and sunrise. If you talk about scattering, then a word relay scattering, we have all hear about that. What is the relay scattering? So basically it is the scattering of the deflection of light or any other electromagnetic radiation by particles which have much smaller size than the wavelength of the radiation. Here if you see that these all scattered, here you can see these all scattered lights which have a short wavelength light are scattered here. These scattered light, you can see that this is the red or oranges color which fall on the observer. Here you can see that a formula. This is the scattering intensity which is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the wavelength. That means if the wavelength is small, then scattering intensity is so large. Example, you take a blue color or green color, wavelength is so small, like about 400 nanometers. If you 4 nanometer 400 nanometer wavelength, so is scattering intensity much high. So here these blue colors, suppose this is scattering light of the blue color is scattered all over the sky, and because of this, if you talk about at the time of midday, so sky hour, sky turn bluish color or ekdam totally white color. But if you talk about the red color or this color, their wavelength is so large, about 750 nanometer, then its scattering intensity is so small. If the scattering intensity is so small, then they cover the large distance through the atmosphere. Because of this, our sun turn a reddish color at the time of sunrise and sunset. That's all about the topic. Thanks very much.